It is no longer news that 14 of the remaining abducted Greenfield University students regained their freedom and were found beside a road connecting Kaduna to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nigeria. How the release of these students was facilitated is still a subject of debate. According to their parents, they secured the release of their words after parting with 180 million naira. But to some other commentators, it was the involvement of non-state actors that secured the students' release. This notwithstanding, the Kaduna State government, which had earlier adopted a policy of not negotiating with kidnappers, still maintained that no money was paid for the release of the Greenfield University students. Now joining us to throw more light on the subject and the students who have been reunited with their parents, other recent abductions in Kaduna State, and what the Kaduna State government is doing to stop the menace and the threat it poses to education, is the State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan. Also joining us is Honorable Comfort Amwe, a mother to one of the released students. Welcome to the morning show. Samuel Aruwan, it's good to see you after many years now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Well, very quickly, what's the story about the release of the kidnapped Greenfield University students? The parents are saying that they got no support from the state government and they had to pay up to 180 million. There are also non-state actors who are saying they were instrumental to it. And one major criticism, only yesterday I was speaking with Professor Usman Yusuf on another program on the station, and he was saying that, look, it looks really strange that the state government will insist that it will not pay ransom, it will not negotiate, and it looks like the state government does not really care whether people get killed or abducted, whatever. Your take, Samuel?
Well, thank you very much, and I will say that it is not correct that Kaduna State government doesn't care about citizens who are in captivity, or to be specific about the student. It is not correct. I also want Nigerians to know that the government of Kaduna State felt the pains of the parent, and there are other ways that government is playing a role in ensuring that all threats to security of life and property are nipped in the bud. So it is not correct to say that Kaduna State government does not care about the lives of the students who were in captivity. We have a different understanding of this problem with non-state actors and others who have been playing one role or the other in ensuring that those in captivity are freed from the bandits. So it is not correct to say so. We share their pains and we quite understand what they went through, especially the parents whose 5 children were killed by these bandits. 3 days after they were kidnapped, 3 students were killed, and 2 days after, 2 more students were also killed. It may interest you to know, I personally was in the forest where all these dead bodies were retrieved, and we took them to the morgue, working hand in hand with security agencies and also the school management.
So the position that has been made public by the Kaduna State government is that the Kaduna State government will not negotiate with the bandits and will not pay ransom. But what is your reaction to the proposed amendment of the Terrorism Prevention Act, which seeks to make it a felony punishable by 15 years imprisonment for anybody to pay ransom, because you have stopped short of penalizing the practice of paying ransom?
No, I want to correct this impression. there is no point in time that government of Kaduna State said it is going to prosecute individuals who pay ransom.
Oh, I never suggested that. I was asking about the Senate.
Just hold on. I am coming. What happened is this. After the kidnapping of 39 students of Federal College of Forestry Mechanization, we got intercepts, or we got intelligence of some people who were going around in the name of state government, trying to negotiate with the bandits. And government has not changed. Anybody who is negotiating with the bandits in the name of government, governor of Kaduna State, if found, will be prosecuted. This is what we said. Now, coming back to your question, for me, I will limit my conversation to Kaduna experience. In 2020, armed bandits killed 937 citizens, and they kidnapped 1,972 citizens. These are citizens who were killed. Many of them were raped. They were kidnapped for ransom. So if you are saying that Kaduna State government should negotiate with these bandits, there is nothing on the table that suggests that. So the position of Kaduna State government, that government will not pay ransom, is not a position that was made immediately after the kidnapping of the Afaka 39 or the Greenfield student. Our position has been there since 2019, when we made this very clear that we will not in any way give money to bandits, because we are learning from experience. If you see what had happened in other states that I don't want to mention, they have given them money, they have sat with them, they have pampered them, but where is the efficacy of the negotiation? It is not there. You must have heard recently when one of the repentant bandits actually went back to banditry, and he was subsequently killed in the act of banditry. So our position is not about insensitivity. It's not about being insensitive to security and peace of our citizens. No, we're trying to ensure that we protect citizens. There is no way that government will surrender the willpower of government to people without any justification. But we are concerned, and we're doing a lot. For instance, from January to March 2021, talking about the first quarter of this year, 64 armed bandits were neutralized. 1,957 rounds of ammunition were also recovered. 36 AK-47 rifles were actually recovered. And it may interest you to know that the Nigerian Air Force carried out about 150 air interdictions in which multiple scores of armed bandits were actually neutralized. So we feel the pain of the parents, we share their grief, especially those that lost their children, and whatever they will see is something that we should expect from them, because when your children are away from you, definitely it's not a good omen. You have to feel. But as a government, we are on our feet.
All right, thank you so much, and most importantly, congratulations to all of us as Nigerians and the parents, for having this students back. Real quickly, you said two things. You talked about not supporting people negotiating with bandits. A lot of people will say this, that Sheikh Gumi negotiated with the bandits to release their FACA students. We saw the result. It was claimed that no money was paid. But in this regard, there was still negotiation, 180 million naira and 10 motorcycles exchange hands between the parents and the bandits, or the person that negotiated for them. What did you do as regards even planning an intelligence-based attack to go rescue them? Was there any rescue planned at all? Because the police can rescue people that have been kidnapped. I mean, we saw the case in Abuja recently. I think the Abuja-Kaduna highway, and some people were kidnapped there and they were rescued. Joint action, police, vigilante, and the likes. What was done in this regard? And were you aware of the parents calling the bandits or having negotiations with them and the 180 million exchange hands before that money exchange hands? Tell me a lot about this at the background.
Yeah. Permit me to observe the rule of awkward silence. I want you to know that the issue of banditry is very complicated. It's something that a lot of commentators are making commentaries without a deep background of what it's all about. Now, some people who have met or who are meeting bandits will explain to you that they understood banditry and they understood the position of the bandits. But then, let me give you detail. When bandits agree to meet you at a particular location, when you are meeting them, you are more or less going to a cinema or a theater. And you know, when you go to a theater, there are costumes. The stage is set so that you have a better play. Now, when bandits agree to meet you in a particular location, before you get there, they will set the stage. They will come there with their men. They will prove to you beyond reasonable doubt, justifying what they are doing. They will show you their foot soldiers, branding or flaunting arms and ammunition. And when you accept what they tell you, you are accepting emotional narrative. But the best way that you can understand the real state of mind of the bandit is through lawful interception. During lawful interception, these are intercepted conversations between bandits to bandits. This conversation, they are not aware that they are being monitored. In this conversation, you will hear bandits talking about regrouping. You will hear bandits talking about a particular location that they intend to attack. You hear bandits talking about sourcing arms and ammunition and how will they get there. Now, and this is the real state of mind. And if you look at what I have just mentioned to you, you will agree with me that most of the issues that people who have met bandits are talking about, they are issues that the bandits want them to believe. And once you accept such position from bandit, like I said, you are accepting emotional narrative. How do you justify a bandit who will leave a particular state, will come to Kaduna State, attack a particular community, kill people there, cripple the local economy?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So there is no justification.
Commissioner. Hello, Commissioner.
Because there's nothing.
Can you hear me? We'll go on a quick break. We'll go on a quick break now, but when we come back, I'd like you to be specific because all of this is up in the air, what you're saying. And when we come back, we'll also be talking to the parent, one of the victim's parents. We'll come back and talk about this and even more. Right, welcome back. We still have the Commissioner for Security, Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan. And we also have the parents. Also joining us is Honorable Comfort Amwe, a mother to one of the release students. It's a pleasure to have you, both of you. Welcome to the show. So, Honorable Commissioner, I did ask you specifically, did you know that the parents were talking to the bandits? Did you know about the 180 million arrangements? What did you do and the 10 motorcycles, what did you do as regards it when you heard of that or you knew they were having conversations? Because what the parents are claiming is the fact that it is when they were released that then the police said, oh, they were going to come in and try to rehabilitate them. But the parents were like, no, you were never there for us when all of this was happening. So a lot of people are asking, how can we have a state government in a state and private citizens are going to negotiate with banks up to the point of paying 180 million naira, and the state didn't say anything about it? So that's the question on ground. And after you answer, probably we'll also have Honorable Comfort Amwe comment on this same subject matter after you answer, Commissioner.
I didn't hear you. Can you come again?
Hello, Honorable Commissioner.
Now I can hear you.
So what I asked is, how come did parents of these released students negotiate with the bandits, agreed an amount of 180 million naira and 10 motorcycles, and you did not know or say anything about it representing the state government? What happened along that line? Because the parents are angry that it's when they were released that the state government and police now came in and said, okay, let's help you. And the parents said, no, you didn't help us when we were negotiating. So how did all of that happen and you were in the same Kaduna State with them? And after you speak, I'd like Honorable Comfort Amwe to come. In fact, or maybe we'll just flip it this way, Commissioner. Let Honorable Comfort Amwe speak on this first before you speak on this. Let's get her perspective.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Morning, ma. Great to have you.
Good morning.
Morning, ma. Great to have you. And thank you for joining us. So I just want you to tell us how the parents negotiate with the bandits, reached a compromise of 180 million naira and 10 motorcycles. What happened in that process?
Thank you.
And did the state government know about that negotiation?
Thank you very much. I want to start by sympathizing with the parents of the 5 students that were brutally killed.
I think we're having a feedback issue. Honorable Commissioner, maybe we'll just come back to you. Yeah, please just comment on this, sir.
Okay. All right. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you have asked a question earlier. You asked whether we have made any move to rescue the student. You've asked that question. I want to confirm to you that yes, many attempts were made toward rescuing the students, but a lot of things happened. Considering the fact that 3 students were first killed, a lot of things happened that has to do with saving lives, because we don't want to lose more lives. That is that. Now, to the other question that you asked, Kaduna State government was following everything that surrounds the abduction of the students, and we were receiving briefing by security agencies. This is a matter of fact. It is not true that Kaduna State government made an attempt to forcefully take the free student away from their parents. Government did not have any problem with the students when they were freed on Saturday.
Well, Samuel, you used to be spokesperson for Governor Rufai, and then you got promoted to the position of the man in charge of internal security and home affairs. Now, what efforts are you making, or the government making, to keep schools safe in Kaduna State? At a point, Kaduna State government had to shut down the schools. Have those schools been reopened? 3 days ago, the governor was quoted as saying the problem is with owners of private schools, that they are not taking necessary steps to ensure security in their schools. Should it be the responsibility of the owners of the private schools if the government itself is not doing what it has to do? And what challenges are you facing in terms of collaboration with the federal government?
Well, immediately after we had problems in neighboring states where students were kidnapped, we embark on an aggressive vulnerability assessment of our schools across the state. Most of the schools that are located in high-risk areas, the students were distributed to schools that are in safe locations across the state. Then we also set up a machinery on the ground that raised the consciousness of school community, including students. It may interest you to know that the consciousness and other machineries that I don't want to talk about that we put on the ground help in foiling about 2 or 3 attempts that were made to kidnap students. And we are still working on that. There are issues that I will not want to talk about them because I wouldn't want to reveal strategies or SOP, special operation procedures that government and security agencies have put on the ground. Yes, some days ago, we issued a statement specifically appealing to owners of private schools to heed to security advice that are being reported to government. What we discovered is there are a lot of lapses with some private schools, which we have been talking to them, and we are happy with the feedback that we are getting.
Well, now we're going to go to Honorable Comfort Amwe. Honorable, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
I'm sorry for the interruption earlier. Please, can you tell us, Nigerians who are so happy for you to have regained custody of your child, can you tell us what you went through and what kind of support that you were given during the ordeal and now?
Thank you very much. And I want to start by sympathizing with the parents of the 5 students that were brutally killed by the bandit. And the bandit kept calling. I have a niece who was kidnapped. She's my niece. And the bandit were talking directly to the parents of the students. Of course, they were not talking directly with the government. And what they kept saying, they want to speak with the governor of the state. And of course, it was not possible reaching out the governor, coupled with the fact that as earlier gave out his words of not negotiating with any bandit, and that everybody knows about it. And they kept insisting. The parents say, no, these are our children. We want to negotiate with you directly. But we don't know why they kept insisting on speaking with the governor. And in the initial figure they gave was 800 million, of course, which parents could not. The children that were kidnapped were 20 plus 3 cooks who are still in their debt up to this moment as we are talking, of which one is a pregnant woman. But we all know that 5 were killed. 3 were released because their parents went directly and paid for the individual ransom, after which we paid in the first instance a total of 55 million. And of course, they said that was the feeding money for the children. They were still expecting 100 million and 10 motorcycles. They called the motorcycle Boko Haram motorcycles. And of course, we were exhausted. Parents were exhausted. We couldn't make up. And we kept bargaining with them. We had one of the parents who was made the chairman to be the middleman between the parents and the bandits. And the bargain continued. Later, they now dropped down to finally 30,000 naira, of which it was paid. And after paying the 30,000 naira, they asked for 4 Boko Haram motorcycles. And they were made available, of course, with stress. After the 4 motorcycles, they now ask for 3 Boxers motorcycles. They are popularly known as Baja motorcycles. So they asked for those ones. And finally, the 3 were made available. And that was how they called on the parents to go and collect the students at Olam Farms, whereby if they should go with a vehicle where they will get on the children and then pick them. So I'm giving you a brief of what transpired.
Quite depressing that this is the situation in which we have found ourselves in Nigeria. Well, we want to thank you very much, Honorable Comfort Anwe, for giving us that update on what happened. Thank you very much indeed, and we hope that government will learn lessons from this and take steps to prevent a reoccurrence. Thank you very much.
Thank you.